This is Cheryl's little place here, and she is a master net weaver. Tell us about it, Cheryl.
Oh, let's see, this would be 40, I think this is 47 years of hanging nets for other people. And there's actually quite a science to it.
What's the science?
The science is there's so many different kinds of boats with different configurations on their back deck where the net is stored. So that what you need to take that into consideration. You need to take into consideration if it's a person that fishes off the beach, or if it's a drift boat, how they like to fish, where they like to fish in the deep water, in the shallow water. There's a lot to it.
So when you hang a net, how many other people hang nets like this? Is this like a dying art?
I don't know of anybody that hangs anymore standing up, but I like this better because I don't get carpal tunnel, or my shoulders or elbows don't go out, because it's kind of like my whole body is working together to my back. I don't have a bad back from sitting on a bench for countless hours.
And so you buy your netting from China.
Japan.
Japan.
Japan has the best, in my opinion. Japan has the best quality netting, and it comes kind of. There's actually a big difference in the netting, and I think that one time my dad said there's only 3 things you need to go fishing: a boat, a net, and an oar. Because he used to fish in the sailboat days a long time ago. And what you want to do is not, you can get a big fancy boat, but if you don't have good nets, it's not really going to help you a lot. Your net is what catches the fish. It's not your electronics. It's not what color your boat is. It's not if your boat costs pushing on $2 million or $40,000. It's your net that catches the fish. And so my goal is to make the best quality net I can for my customers. And I have 100% guarantee on my work. If something fouls up, I'll do it again free. And believe you me, I don't want to do this free, so you do it good the first time. This gentleman here, I've done his nets for a long time. I bet it's 20 years. And he's my friend.
How long have you been a fisherman too? Of your own boat as a captain?
Well, I first started out set netting 63 years ago this summer. And I went down to Igushik, and then when I was 8, I went over and fished. Well, from the time I was 6 years old until I was 24, I fished all the time, whether it would be at Igushik. Then I went to Ekuk when I was 12. I went to South Naknek, and I had my own site. I had my own site, and my cousin had her own site, and Aunt Dorothy had her own site. But we all worked together. You know, we'd go from one, the tide would go out different and come in different because of the lay of the land on the different sites. So we'd go to the different nets to pick when they needed to, or put them out when they needed to. And then, I don't know what it was, must have been 93. I went out fishing, and my cousin said, Cheryl, you should get a boat. So that year my husband got me a boat and permit, and I fished for 15 years. And believe you me, hats off to the people that fish.
That's off the Bering Sea, right?
Bristol Bay. It's off of the It's off the berry. It's a little bay, quasi little bay, but the weather can be absolutely formidable. It's not for the faint of heart at all. There is so much you need to know the weather, you need to know the tide, you need to know not only what's happening above the water, you need to know where the sandbars are, where the, whatever slop somebody's dumped overboard maybe could be. You just have to be on top of it all the time. I think commercial fishing is is one of the most hazardous jobs. At one time it was, but I don't know if it still is. But it is day, night, rough, calm. That's really something else. Sometimes you're fishing non-stop. Take a little tiny sleep or whatever. And then you need to know where your crew is when you're loading the boat, when the boat's getting loaded down with fish. You need to be on top of it all the time. And you need to kind of feel all the time if your boat is listing, to the starboard or to the port, or if the bow's going down, or you don't know, because what if somehow a little leak, something went wrong. You need to listen to the sound of your engine all the time. But I tell my crew, if I ever ask you where somebody is, you need to know within 3 seconds where they are and let me know. Because probably 20 minutes in the water and we'll never find you. And if you see somebody go overboard, I'm going to have to turn around to go and get them in the waves. And you better know where they are. So if I start turning, you better be watching where they went down. So when I come around in the waves, you know where they went down.
Have you ever had anyone fall off the boat?
Yeah, one time this guy was using the men's room, and I was on the other side of the reel, and one of the deckhands said, "Man overboard." And I thought, there are two things you never say on a boat. One is fire, and one is man overboard. You never joke that way. And the guy actually had. And then he was using the bathroom overboard, standing by the edge, and then he was going to lean up against what he thought was the railing thing, but he fell into the water. But luckily, my brother was driving the boat at that time, saw him fall over, and took the boat out of gear, and the net kind of pulled us back where he was, and and the other deckhand reached down and pulled him aboard ship. But that's not anything you take lightly. And another thing that's kind of interesting about fishing is when people go through hard times together and work it out, they become more closely bonded. They become very good friends.
So
they can work it out.
Right now with the fishing industry that's going on with what's happening, do you feel that this is in jeopardy for the fishermen right now?
Well, that you can look at it two ways. If you look backwards, this has been forever. When you're around fishing for 63 years, even though I was little, the little kids are always listening to the parents, and that when the men talk about fishing and this and that and this and that, and being involved in it a long time, there's highs and lows. But I think the world economically is changing. I think there's more competitors out there that are from other countries, and I think that it's likely. But